For our first operator, we have Sentry. If this is your favorite defender, you are very passionate. You're definitely a higher rank. You are big on outplaying people with your utility. That's why you play Sentry, because he comes with 2 gadgets. Now that's just 1 out of 37 operators I will be going over in today's video, so stay tuned and don't miss any. Also, remember, this is just my opinion, so don't take it personal if it's not true. Now let's jump back into this video. For our next defender, we have Smoke. If this is your favorite defender, you have horrible recoil control, and you half the time don't even use the smoke canisters. The only reason you play him is because you rely and depend on his shotgun to get kills. For our next operator, we have Mute. If this is your favorite defender, you most likely are always playing off your mute jammers, sitting in corners, baiting for kills because you can't get droned, and you have horrible recoil control. Same thing as Smoke. You just like to bait, play that shotgun crutch because you can't get kills on any other gun because you have terrible aim. On to our next operator, we have Castle. If he is your favorite defender, you're good at the game. You don't need a certain gun to get kills, given that Castle's gun isn't that good, and you're always playing to help the team. You're not selfish and playing operators that you don't need. On to our next operator, we have Pulse, his bald self. If this is your favorite defender, you're always trying to get a C4 kill. Even if there's 30 seconds left in the round, you're still scanning, trying to get a C4 kill. Like, bro, help your team. They're already pushing in sight, and you're in a corner trying to scan nothing. For our next operator, we have Doc. If this is your favorite defender, you're good at the game, but half the people that play Doc never look at their teammates' health. They mainly use the stems on themselves and be greedy, so stop doing this. Watch your teammates' health. Help them, not just yourself. There is no reason 1 minute into the round I'm asking for a Doc stem and you don't have any more. For our next defender, we have Rook. If this is your favorite operator, you literally just play him for the gun, and you're always roaming, not setting up sight or helping your team at all, and you most likely are getting first picked. All you think your job is to do is place your armored pack. For our next defender, we have Capcan. If you main Capcan, you have bad aim. You rely on your Capcan traps to get kills because you're always whiffing your shots, but you always get kills from your traps because you put them in the weirdest spots and they always work. On to our next op, we have Tachanka. If Tachanka is your favorite defender, you're terrible at the game, you never help your teammates, you're always getting first pick, and you're only using him so you can have an ACOG. On to our next defender, we have Jager. If this is your favorite defender, you're good at the game, you're very passionate, you're always doing what you can to help the team, and you most likely is your main because you love his gun because it has 0 recoil. For our next defender, we have Bandit. If your favorite defender is Bandit, you are always on support every stack you play with that make you hop on support because you're not good at the game, but you do embrace your role and you are insane at bandit tricking and stopping the attacking team from getting the wall, which is probably the main reason y'all win rounds. So keep it up, bro. You're the best support player they will ever play with. Before we hop into our next operator, I just want to thank y'all for watching. If you made it this far, do me a favor, smack that like and subscribe button, turn the post notification on if you want to see more content like this. Also, leave a comment letting me know how your season is going, what rank you currently are, what your KD is, and what rank you want to finish as, and what you want to get your KD to by the end of the season. Now let's get back into this video. For our next operator, we have Frost. If this is your favorite defender, you're probably mediocre at the game. You're not insane, but you're not horrible. You have some crazy welcome mat placements that always get you and your teammates kills. You're always playing Frost to boost your KD, and you don't have to have a good weapon to get kills, given that Frost's gun isn't the brightest in the game. If your favorite defender is Valkyrie, you're definitely a higher rank. You're always playing with the 5 stack. You never solo queue. You only like playing with the stack so they can give you comms. You're always clutching rounds, and you have a good KD because you're always using your Valkyrie cams to try to get pre-placed nitro kills from below. For our next operator, we have Cav. If your favorite defender is Cav, you are a hit or miss. It's either you're roaming, and you're always getting a first pick and you get an interrogation, which help you and your teammates drastically, or you're roaming and you get first picked and you throw the round because now your team is at a disadvantage because you threw a body. On to our next op, we have Echo. If Echo is your favorite defender, you're either sitting out of sight, not helping your team at all, waiting for them to go to plant, and then right when they go for plant, you end up selling and letting them get plant down. So you never help the team. You're always in a corner hiding or out of sight and still don't get the job done when they try to get plant down. Or you're insane using his cams. You use them to not only stop them from getting plant down, you use them to drone outside real fast so you can hit spawn peaks or hop outs, and you use them for your teammates to try to help them get pre-placed nitro kills. For our next op, we have Mirror. If this is your favorite defender, you are most likely always playing support. You are very good at getting kills off your mirrors, but as soon as they get popped, you go in panic mode and you don't know what to do and you end up throwing a body. You always seem to place one of your mirrors in the wrong spot, which ends up hurting your team in the long run. On to our next operator, we have Lesion. If you main Lesion on defend, you're always getting kills by playing smart, waiting for them to push, hit your goo mines, and you swing and get kills off of it. And a lot of Lesion players like to sit on his shotgun like a weirdo and wait for them to hit that goo and swing with the shotgun, which is practically unchallengable in close range fights. And you're very passionate, you hate losing, so you are definitely a higher rank. On to our next defender, we have Ella. If this is your favorite defender, you are weird, you play very passionate, very sneaky, but very aggressive. You're always roaming and holding your mines to see where they push from, and then throw them down, wait for them to run into them, and swing and get your free kills, given that they are flashed and can't hear you swinging. But you do have mediocre aim, so half the time you swing, you end up missing your shots, and you throw a body, which makes your team at a huge disadvantage. On to our next defender, we have Vigil. If your favorite defender is Vigil, you're definitely the best out of your stack. You are very aggressive. You're always roaming, getting first picks, hitting runouts and spawn peaks with the boss G. You never fail everyone when you're on Vigi. You never manage to let your team down. You have very good recoil control, giving that SMG-12 is definitely a top gun with the most recoil, and you are definitely a high rank with a really good KD. On to our next op, we have Maestro. If your favorite defender is Maestro, you are horrible at the game. You play with him for no reason. You're always in a corner downstairs doing nothing. You place your cams and you leave sight. You don't help set up sight. You don't help stop them from pushing into sight. You wait for them to go for plant just to be horrible at using his cams. You try to deny the plant. They end up shooting the cam and they always get the plant down. And now you have to run all the way back to sight to try to clutch, which you never do. For our next defender, we have Alibi. If this is your favorite defender, you are not good at the game. You are no higher than peak gold. Alibi is a pretty much useless op 95% of the time. Nobody is going to shoot her clones. They're very easy to realize it's a clone, so you don't get red pings on nobody. And you're always roaming, swinging everything, throwing a body, selling your teammates. For our next defender, we have Clash. If this is your favorite op, just hop on Fortnite or Minecraft. Siege isn't for you. There is no reason Clash should be your favorite operator in Rainbow Six Siege. If she is, you definitely have peak copper, you don't care about Siege, and you literally play it just to troll and have fun, which is bad because you're going to get trash talked a lot and nobody's ever going to want to play with you. On to our next operator, we have Cade. If this is your favorite defender, you aren't the best at Siege, but you are very passionate, and you will play whatever op your team needs to win rounds and win more games. You are most likely always playing support, but somehow you always end up clutching for the team if they need you to. For our next defender, we have Macie. If this is your favorite defender, you are mediocre at the game. You use the drones you hack to help your team by setting them up in good spots so you can give comms. So you definitely help the team a lot. but you also use them to get pre-placed nitro kills to boost your KD, but you're always roaming, and sometimes you try to get too cute with her cams, and you end up getting first picked. On to our next operator, we have Warden. If this is your favorite op, you're very good at baiting with a shotgun and getting easy kills. You have really good recoil control on the SMG-12, but you never use his ability. Even when they're flashing, smoking, or even throwing yin candelas, you are never nearby. You're always on the opposite side of the map from them, and you're not using your ability to your teammates' advantage. On to our next operator, we have Goyo. If he is your favorite op, you most likely have really good recoil control, you're very passionate, and you are smart. You love to play time and use your fire to your advantage by playing in sight and stopping them from pushing in and going for plant. You are a big believer of kills don't matter. You just want to win the round and win more games and help your teammates. On to our next defender, we have Wamai. He's very similar to Jager. You are good at the game. You're very passionate. You're always doing what you can to help the team. You love using him for the MP5. You have good aim, and overall, you're a very good player. You hate losing, so like I said, you do whatever you can to help the team to get more wins. For our next defender, we have Oryx. If this is your favorite op on defend, you are horrible at the game. You're always roaming. You're always popping hatches, thinking you're the king, trying to run around and make plays. But at the end of the day, you end up dying, and now the hatches are popped, so you put your teammate at a huge disadvantage. This should never be anybody's favorite operator. If it is, you don't care about Siege, and you're always selling your teammates. On to our next operator, we have Melusi. If this is your favorite defender, you're definitely a high rank, you understand Siege, you play at a high level, you are very passionate, you do not swing stupid stuff, you play time, you hold your body, you play in sight, waiting for them to hit your banshees, and you swing and get your kills. You have really good aim, and you love using the MP5, and you're always playing ops to help the team to get more wins. On to our next defender, we have a Rooney. If you main a Rooney, you have very good aim, you chow everything, given that you have a 2-shot DMR. You take Siege seriously, but you're most likely a solo queue master. You don't need a stack to play Siege and have fun. For our next operator, we have Thunderbird. If you main Thunderbird, you are definitely peak bronze. You don't care about Siege. You have no passion, and you're always making an argument that she is better than Doc, which you are slow and super unintelligent. Doc is always the best and will always be the best healer in Siege. So stop maining Thunderbird, play Doc. He has a better gun, he has a better ability. The only thing Thunderbird has that is better is her secondary, but Doc's bailiff is perfect for helping your teammates make head holes and rotates. On to our next op, we have Thorn. If your favorite defender is Thorn, you are not good at Siege. You literally play it for fun. You are no higher than Silver. Thorn is never used in high ranks. She is not a good operator, and 95% of the time, you will never get a kill with her ability. Don't get me wrong, you can get kills with her ability, but if you're playing even just golds or anything higher, nobody's gonna die to a Thorn trap, so stop maining her. She is not a good operator. On to our next defender, we have Azami. If you main Azami, you are definitely a high rank, you are smart, you know insane Azami tech, you're always getting easy kills off pixel peaks and one-ways you create with her Keepa barriers. She is definitely one of the most favorite defenders. She is overpowered and she is hard to attack against, so if she is your main, you definitely are high rank and you're very passionate. For our next defender, we have Solis. If Solis is your favorite defender, you are no higher than gold. She isn't a horrible operator, don't get me wrong, but she doesn't bring much to the table for your team. other than just being able to see attackers using their gadgets, which leads you into playing aggressive and roaming and trying to make plays, which leads to you most likely throwing a body early within the round and hurting your teammates. On to our next operator, we have Fenrir. If this is your main on defend, you are good at the game, don't get me wrong, but you just won't accept that he had a nerf. He isn't good anymore. You can only have 2 of his things activated, and there's just better trap ops in the game that you can main, like Melusi, Legion, or even Capcan. And half the time, you're using him just for his gun because it has no recoil. On to our second to last defender, we have Tubero. If you main Tubero, you are very passionate, you love helping your team and slowing the attackers down, which helps your team a lot. So when they do get the main walls open, you made them waste a good amount of time, so it forces them to push and make a play before the time runs out. And you most likely main him because he has an insane DMR, which is a 2-shot weapon, and you are insane on it also, and you definitely have good aim. Now moving on to our last defender, the most recent operator added to the game is Scopos. If you main Scopos, you're either a hit or miss. You either try to roam and make a play and you end up getting first picked and you wasted your ability, or on the other hand, you're insane on him, you use him to roam, you slam out, and then you just teleport back to site and play with your team. Overall, you are a good player, definitely be one of the best in your stacks, but you're very egotistical and you like to swing everything. That is going to be it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Y'all be safe. God bless. We out.